Welcome back, everybody. The group Civil Coalition for Reform is holding a march in North Charleston.
This just hours after an indictment was handed down against former North Charleston police officer Michael Slager.
We're told the goal is to bridge the gap between public officers and citizens. It's all happening at the Bethel AME Church. The Civil Coalition for Reform will be marching from the site of Walter Scott's shooting. They're demanding things like a citizens review board, something they've already requested, an internal review of police department affairs, and more diversity on city boards and commissions.
All right, moving right along, let's go ahead and talk about, we want to know exactly what a citizens review board would look like. You know, the question is, how would it operate?
There are more than 100 such boards in the country, and if formed, it would be the first in the Low Country. ABC News 4's Valencia Wicker did some digging to find out how it works.
Well, Dean and Victoria, there is a citizen review board in just about every major city in the U.S. And it's essentially an organization of about 10 to 20 people who oversee police interaction in their community. Around this small table in North Charleston, the idea of a citizens review board is birthed, but is nothing new for cities like Atlanta. Their board has been intact for 8 years.
We have subpoena power to request certain documents from the police department to, interview certain police officers who may have been involved or who may have witnessed the incident. And then we make recommendations to our police chief as to what type of discipline this particular officer should receive.
The Georgia agency investigates some 200 cases a year.
The city council president normally has a tendency to appoint someone with some law enforcement background.
So what would it take for North Charleston to have a similar board?
I mean, there's different types of structures to create, and depending on what they want, as far as, is it going to be run by totally volunteers? Is it going to be run by paid staff? Who's going to pay for that? I mean, usually you really need, at first, you need the support of your local government entity.
The National Association for Civilian Oversight of Law Enforcement tells me it's all about gaining the support of key players.
Kind of the biggest hurdle, if the agency is a law enforcement agency, is going to resist along the way, it's going to be more problematic for the entity to be successful, because there has to be that professional relationship.
Meantime, North Charleston advocates bounce around ideas. Now, as far as we know, there is only one citizen review board in South Carolina. It is based out of Richland County. Valencia Wicker, ABC News 4.
All right, V, thank you.